say some things that really need to be said, and that is proper art etiquette. So this is what you need to know about how to treat and talk to an artist. This is especially for the people that aren't artists, and if you're an artist, after watching this video, be sure to comment below and let me know if you find these things true or relatable, and be sure to comment any other things that you may think that should or shouldn't be done when talking and interacting with other artists. So I'm gonna get straight into it. This is how not to talk to an artist. This thing seems to be the most obvious, and yet the thing that is done the most, and it's just don't ask for free drawings. Now, of course, some artists will have requests open where you can request stuff that the artist does for free, but the only time that is okay is if the artist is the one that says, "My requests are open," or "Feel free to request a drawing." That's when it's okay to ask for an artist to draw something. Any other time, it's not good. Especially if you expect somebody to draw something for you and you feel entitled. I'm not gonna name names, I'm not gonna get into drama, but I actually had somebody come to me who, because she couldn't pay, felt entitled to get a drawing for free and called me an amateur and called me names because I refused to do a drawing for her for free. People don't seem to understand that as artists, especially professional ones like myself, we have other stuff we're trying to do. I have other people who are paying me to do drawings that I have to get done. I have other ideas that I want to illustrate. I don't have time for your ideas. I have so much other stuff I'm trying to do, and it's the same with other artists. We have other ideas we want to share ourselves, so we don't really have time to share other people's ideas unless we're just out of inspiration and we want inspiration from other people, and that's when we open requests because we want to illustrate other people's ideas for fun. And so just please don't do this. It's just, I don't understand it. It's kind of went back to what I said a second ago, and don't call a professional artist an amateur. This is such a big insult. Why would you sit there and call someone who is trying to create a profession out of this to be an amateur when I have spent years perfecting this skill? And this even goes for amateur artists. I really don't recommend calling amateur artists amateur either, even if they are amateur artists. It can subconsciously and unintentionally bring the artist down if they're trying to do well. And sure, some people are perfectly fine with being amateurs, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's better to uplift the artist with compliments about their work instead of just flat out calling them an amateur no matter what level of profession or hobby they're in. The next one is kind of for professional artists specifically, and it's don't try to shortchange artists. There are so many artists out there that underprice their artwork, and really most artists do. If they're not well known and they're not famous, they're really underpricing their artwork. And it is so sad to see people underprice their artwork, and I do too, because people just won't pay full price for what art is actually worth. And even after making a cheaper price, people will still say that's too much money. And then artists get discouraged and they lower the prices even more to where they're really working for free. When they cover the cost of materials and time, they're not making money at all when they should be. And just, as an artist, I really respect other people's prices, and I wish that other people could do this too and understand that there's so much more that goes into artwork than just a piece of paper and some pencil lead. There's so much more that goes into it, heart and soul and work and skill and practice, and people don't seem to understand that. And so I just hope that what you get from this is that you respect artists more and you don't try to save a few pennies from an artist who is putting their heart and soul into a piece that's really one of a kind and priceless. This last one is try not to give criticism to an artist unless it's asked for. Yes, there is constructive criticism, and it can be very helpful. I myself have given constructive criticism on a series I used to do called Art Tip Wednesdays, where I would give constructive criticism to artists. But that was only with their consent. That was when artists came to me and asked me to criticize their artwork, and so I was given permission to do so. I wouldn't recommend seeing, let's say, a piece of artwork on Instagram, and without the artist saying, "Hey, do you guys have any suggestions how I can improve this?" Or comment any kind of critique that you may want to share. If they don't have that in the description, it's not best to point out flaws, even if it's well-intentioned, because the artist may not want to hear it, or it may just bring them down unintentionally, because I know even when I've gotten constructive criticism, I took it the wrong way when I shouldn't have. And so it's just, try your best not to bring an artist down, and don't give them criticism on their artwork unless they're asking for it. Although I do encourage all artists to ask for constructive criticism because it's so helpful to get input from other artists. And having eyes on your artwork that aren't your own, who have different skill sets and different trained eyes, who can really point out the things that can be improved in your artwork. Not necessarily are wrong, but that can be improved because all artwork has flaws. Well, those are my 4 things for proper art etiquette. I hope that artists as well as non-artists alike find this video helpful. Be sure to comment any ideas below on other things that you think shouldn't be said to artists, or even things that should be said, positive things that should be said to artists, and the way we should treat each other. And of course, always treat others the way you want to be treated. It's just the golden rule, and it just makes a lot of sense to just try not to bring people down and just do your best to be nice to each other, guys, because there's too much internet drama as it is. So I hope this helps you to avoid all the internet drama, help to encourage other artists, and if you're new here, I have new art videos every Friday for you guys to help encourage you to learn so I can learn as well as you. So if you aren't already and you'd like to be sure to join my pirate crew by hitting subscribe right there down below. That's all I have for this video, guys. Be sure to comment and like this video, and I will see you guys next Friday.